Welcome to Lyra. I'm Sean Beckett and I help people with practical guidance during your spiritual awakening. And in this video, I am going to talk to you about how it feels when you first tell your family and friends that you can speak to the spirits. And I thought it'd be brilliant if I gave you the latest artwork that I've produced, which is actually my sister Sarah. And I thought you'd like to look at that while we're doing this video about family. So what would I say my experience was with my family when I suddenly realised I could speak to spirits? Well, I'm a Gemini and I like to chat to people about my issues and problems to get some help and advice. So it felt very difficult for me at the time when I realised you could be lucky enough to have family and maybe a family member, even one family member that is spiritually awake and can speak to spirits or is a sort of white witch, if you like. I didn't have the luxury of that, so I had to deal with it, and I think a lot of you will be in this position because you have to be extremely lucky to have someone in your family that is already awake, especially in the West. We're not shamans living in the Amazon, so good luck with that. Now, when I told my mum, they love me, my family absolutely love me to death. I've come from a loving family. That's not the problem here. The problem is I wanted someone to talk to about going through this situation, which is normal for me if I was going through any situation, like I was buying my first house or something. I want to discuss it with family and friends and just see what their opinions are in order to help me make a good decision or whatever. When I told them about this, the reaction you get is quite, you should say this would be what you'd think would be the reaction, but I sort of had blank stares, worried looks, and a feeling of not being able to help. So just lost. I mean, I would explain what was happening to me, but of course, if they're not going through the same thing or they've never been through it, it can be very difficult for them as well, because they want to help you, of course, if they love you. So you end up feeling, at the time, lonely, misunderstood, a bit of the odd one out. You can feel a little bit depressed. So I did try at one point going to a spiritual church, and this is where I will give you my advice and what I found. Don't go to a spiritual church or a place that you think there's a group of spiritual people in hope to find some help, because unfortunately everybody's still human and they've got their own agenda, and they might be you can find some real strange people in that environment, which is what I found, and I had a really scary experience, which I won't discuss in this video. I would say the best thing to do is trust your spirits and guides to help you through this, because they know you. They've heard your thoughts for maybe your whole life. They know what is going to scare you. They know how you're going to deal with your spiritual awakening, because they're the ones helping you become awake. So if you speak to them and get their advice and help, they'll only ever do what's good for you. And I'd say 100% do that, rather than go and try and find some humans that are going to help you or people that are alive, because it just won't work and you might end up feeling worse for it. So just trust your spirits and guides. I always found that doing a little bit of meditation every day helped. I know everybody says that. They say, oh, do a bit of meditation. If you've never done it before, the first couple of times it's going to feel very strange. And I find the best one that I will leave in the comment section below, a link to this meditation, is just a 30-minute angel meditation, which is an 888 hertz. There's millions out there, but this is just the one that I found with the nicest music, and it was enough time for me. I don't want to be meditating for 2 or 3 hours because I'm busy. Half an hour is just perfect in the morning and before you go to bed. And before I meditated, I would just say, angels and guides, please come and help me. And they can sort of download to you some information. you can say to them before you go to sleep, can you come to me in a dream to give me some help during this? They know that you're struggling, and they are the ones to reach to in this time. At the end of the day, you can speak to your family about it to explain to them what's going on, but don't expect, even the people in my family that I thought were quite spiritual and actually had told me they'd seen apparitions of people in the family that have died, etc., they hadn't experienced what I'd experienced. So you suddenly find out that you are very, very different to everyone else. Another thing that I find brilliant is YouTube, because spirits find it very difficult to manifest things in reality, such as, as they say, like a poltergeist can move something. They can't do that very easily because it takes a hell of a lot of energy to move items in our reality. But they find it very easy to send us electronic messages through your telephone, which is YouTube. So when if you've got an account on YouTube, I said, if you haven't, get one. And then on the homepage, when you've been watching certain videos or thinking about certain things, all of a sudden it pops up in front of you. That's not a coincidence. That's your spirits and guides saying, Sian, watch this. You need to watch this video. Reach out to people on YouTube that are like myself, that are trying to help people, because I haven't got an agenda. I'm just sending out videos to help other people in my situation. And there's lots and lots of us out there. So reach out on YouTube to watch videos and research what you're going through. And we can help you just as much, well, I would say if not more, than people in your immediate environment, because they're not necessarily able to help you. Not that they don't want to, but they just don't understand what's happening to you. So don't feel the odd one out. There's plenty of us out there. Just reach out to your fellow starseeds over the internet and watch videos after video. And I tell you what, it helped me 100%. And on that note, I send you all love, and leave a comment in the comment section and like and subscribe, because I would love to hear what you're going through and I can try and help wherever I can. And I will see you next time.